why don't we make summer with some ice sculptures? We have here Michael Rondo. He's an ice carver in Palmer. He's so very talented. Now, Michael, earlier in the show, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, you had a block that looked like this. Is that right?
Yes, this is a 300-pound block, the size that they start off as. That is just a standing up one, and we've carved the trunk of the palm tree.
So we're making a palm tree today because winter is over. Summer is coming. Something like this, it's so amazing that you can do it. It looks so difficult. How easy is something like this to do if people are sitting at home, and their snow is getting pretty compact right now too?
You can do it pretty easily. You just have some sharp tools and a little bit of imagination and the right temperature, you'll be fine.
Let's talk about some of the tools you're using. I see you have this here.
That's a big chisel.
At home. Now, what's something like this for?
That's for making details like the carving in the bark and stuff like that. And then this is here to smooth the surfaces off after. And then we also use just a regular tree pruning saw, which does a texture to it and gives it a bark-like look. And other things that work, we have a household iron and a regular.
It's a lot of things that people have, and the old chainsaw too.
Yep.
Just because you never know when you're going to need it, and that's for the big cuts, right?
That's right, yes. You do all your rough shaping with that.
So here's what we'll do. I'm going to put this down because I don't feel confident holding it at all, especially in the wintertime with all this ice around us. Let's do a little do-si-do. Let's see you do a little work if that's all right.
Okay, grab the chisels
here. You go. So something like this. We're going to be making this palm tree, and it's going to take us about, you said you can do this in an hour, and you're going to try to make some penguins too?
Yep, we're going to have some penguins around the base of it, probably celebrating and make them look appropriate.
Where do you get some of your inspiration from to do this kind of thing?
A lot of it's from different movies and stuff. This year we started doing Olaf from Frozen. The kids really love that, and they get a kick out of it. And they were fighting a lineup to get a picture taken with them. So it works out well.
Well, we're going to check in with you throughout the show. How's that sound? And you said in an hour, Michael says he can get this done and some penguins done. So I'm really impressed to see if you can pull this off. We're going to stick with you, but don't go anywhere. We've moved a little bit back here. We're with Michael Rondo. He's an ice carver from Palmer. He's made the decision to give me a blowtorch. Smart, we shall see. But Michael, you're finishing up now. What do we have down here?
We got our 2 dancing penguins and our palm tree. We're almost done. A few more details. We got a little time.
Now we got to take a look at this palm tree. This is amazing. So how many blocks of ice does something like this take?
There's actually 2.5 here. The top piece was a 300-pounder I had on the bench. We hollowed it out, so it weighs about 175. And the base is about 150, and I just concaved it and set it on top. So it's kind of a balancing act.
I bet it is. This is really something. And then the tools used again over here, and there's so many. And
we got grinders, Dremels, and then regular chisels, and even a wallpaper brush.
When does one go about using the blowtorch? What's the blowtorch effect?
That you use at the end, and what it does is it clears up all the snow, and it makes it look more crystally, and gives it that glassy effect, and it'll set up after you get done with the torch. It freezes over again, so it looks like crystal. Now,
if, like it's been for the last few months or so, it's always below freezing, will this last the duration?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the worst enemy for it is the sun. Although the weather we've been having has actually been too cold. When I was working in East Hampton, last Saturday, we actually had stress cracks from the cold.
Really?
Because it gets, the molecules don't move. And if you hit it with the heat, it tends to crack and it pops like bone china almost. It has a ringing noise to it.
You know what's funny? You know it's a cold, terrible winter when it's too cold for the ice.
Yeah.
When
Anything
the
about
ice
10
is
degrees is fine.
That's fantastic. So people at home, it's one of these things. Don't try this at home, especially with the power tools and all that good stuff. But if people want to play, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You find a block of ice and you can start chiseling it yourself, just like you're woodworking.
Some people make them in a 5-gallon bucket. You just add a little bit every day until it's frozen, then you slide it out of the bucket and people just chip away at it.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
And that's a fun thing to do with the kids if they're old enough to use the tools appropriately. Well, we're going to let you keep playing with this for a few. Man, if you could come back every day, I would absolutely love it. Michael Rondo, he's an ice carver in Palmer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And